This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English, episode number 301. We have started a new chapter, haven't we, at Rock and Roll English. So, in today's episode, we speak to Clarification Charlie. Yes, she is back after such a long time. And obviously, this is coming out just after the King's coronation. It does make me a bit sick to say that. So we spend absolutely 0 seconds of the podcast speaking about that. But we do speak about willies and sexy cartoon characters, as well as other things. So, one more thing to tell you about this episode is we do mention a few family names. Now, normally I try to avoid this with baby R&R, toddler R&R, Mr. Clarification Charlie, etc., etc. Not because it's such a big secret, more for comedy value, to be honest. But obviously, two friends having a chat, sometimes we do forget. And in today's episode, we forgot a few times, and I mentioned my daughter's name, which is Lara. Clarification Charlie mentioned her daughter's name, which is Felicity, and her husband, which is Will. So if you hear any of those words, you know what they mean. This episode does get cut a little bit short, but remember, if you want to listen to the full episode, you can become a member of the R&R English family, the membership area, where you get the podcast with a transcript, access to more than 1,000 extra episodes, and the wonderful chance to talk to me every day. Yeah, not so good. But you also have the chance to talk to other members all around the world in our secret Facebook group. So if you're interested in becoming a member, stop this podcast right now. Click the link in the description to this podcast. That's enough of me talking. I will talk to you all again at the end. Happy listening. Clarification Charlie, how are you today?
Hi, I'm all right. How are you?
Always fantastic, Charlie. Even more fantastic, I am finally speaking to you. Long time no speak.
I know, it's been way too long.
Way too long. I think it's even been a year since the last time.
No, it has not.
I think it has. I mean, I am having difficulty keeping up with years now. Like, for me, it's still 2020. I still think like we're in lockdown because I never go out of the house. So I still think it's like COVID times, the COVID year.
Oh, no. Welcome to parenthood.
Exactly. And also working from home. But anyway, so it's been a long time, but do you remember how we start the show?
With a review.
Do you think we have a review?
I really hope so. It's been a year.
Yeah, this whole time, and unfortunately, I don't think we have a review. Anyway, certainly not that I can find. So disappointed. I'm so disappointed as well. So for everyone, please don't disappoint Clarification Charlie anymore, or me, and please leave us a review. But we are also recording this a long time before the episode is coming out, so maybe a review will come. I just couldn't say no to this opportunity. Clarification Charlie texted me, said, "I'm free. Do you want to record a podcast?" And I was like, holy shit, yes. Whatever I'm doing, I don't care. I had a wedding to go to today, and I said, no, not coming. I'm recording a podcast because Clarification Charlie is free. I'm
so sorry.
So it's such a special day. Nice. But anyway, so today you're always, I think, having 2 children yourself, and you the same as well. You've got a girl, then a boy. You're like our family child correspondent. Okay, so you watch BBC News and you've got the Spanish correspondent. Okay, you're the family and kids one. So I thought we could talk about family life in general, some stuff about kids, okay, and as I said, some family life. So just some general questions, and the first question, so I just googled this, and I had to laugh when I saw this question. Number one, why do people decide to have children? Because there are times, aren't there, where...
Oh, God.
So even this morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I hadn't really slept either, and I was kind of jumping up and down with the new baby R&R. You know, you just do that little kind of like up-down thing, jiggle, I think is the technical term. And when I was jiggling at 5 o'clock this morning, I was thinking, why exactly?
Why? Why have we've put this upon ourselves? It was a choice.
Exactly. That's the strange thing, isn't it? Yeah. We
made it once, and then we thought we'd do it again. So strange.
Yeah, it's just the jiggle especially.
Yeah.
I sometimes start feeling a bit dizzy because my body's just going up and down. It's just a bit a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah. Definition of insanity, isn't it? When they say it's like you do the same thing expecting a different result, never getting a different result. It's like we did it once and then we did it again. We're insane.
That is actually one of my favourite quotes. Einstein, if you're interested, he said that. Okay, my friend Albert. So this one's more related to family. This question, okay. Now we want to know what happens in the Clarification Charlie household. Okay, so what is the policy with the toilet door in your house? Does that remain locked? Is it just like in out? How does it work?
What, in regards to who? The children or the adults?
Everyone, because in our house it's like a door's not even there. People are just in and out. You think, I'm going to do a nice relaxing poo, and then Mrs. R&R comes in with one of the babies screaming, changing the nappy, and you're kind of like, right, yeah, okay. So my relaxing poo. I also have a Manchester United book to read on the toilet, so every time I go to the toilet, I get that book out. So then that means, because I get so into the book, my poos last much longer than they actually should. In fact, sometimes Mrs. R&R shouts up, "Are you actually pooing or are you just reading the book?" No. It's a real poo. It's a real poo.
Yeah, so I'd say in regards to children, the doors are well open. Well, there's only one child, the other one's in nappies, so that door is open. If it's mine or Will's time, that door is firmly locked. That is getting But what happens is normally I go to the loo and then they're banging on the door outside. They're just there like, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, mummy." You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Can't even have a poo in peace. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
There is nothing worse than a pressure poo. So you're on the toilet and you're pooing and someone's knocking on the door or, the postman comes delivers something for Amazon and you think, oh God, I really need to finish this now. There is nothing worse in the world than a pressure poo.
It's funny because like I said, like normally when my husband used to work away, he used to go away quite a lot, so I was on my own with the children. That the door used to be open because the kids just came and went because
absolutely
what has to happen when he's at home, door shut.
Fantastic. But yeah, the same as me. You try to have a shower, so obviously no clothes, and the children, not both of them come running in. One of them's only 2 months old, so he doesn't come running in, but toddler R&R, who I now call her, definitely comes in. And she has also, it sounds very strange, this just discovered willies, so penises, because her younger brother has one of those things, and so she now always says willy. So when I'm in She likes to point, and one of her other things that she loves to say, she loves to talk about everything. She is either big or small to her. She always says to me, "Daddy's too big, Lara's too little," and then the other day she looked at that thing and said, "Willie, it's too big," and I was like, Well, thank you. I don't think it's true.
Well, it's the first time I've heard that.
I mean, there are times though when it's not so nice. For example, when she says, she'll say, like I said, everything is too big or too little. Not even big or little, too big or too little. And then, so she was pointing at her nose, and then she said, Lara's nose too little, Daddy's nose too big. Oh, thanks a lot. Fuck you then. So there were ups
Kids
and downs.
Can honestly, be brutal. Oh, yeah. Brutal. Yesterday, Felicity, it's awful. Just yesterday, she was like, Mummy, do you have a baby in your tummy? No, I don't. I've just eaten, darling. That's just dinner. They're brutal.
Absolutely. Speaking of dinner, actually, here's a very family question. Do you have specific places at the dinner table in your house?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
See, I was thinking, is there a family in the world that doesn't? Because if I, for some strange reason, have to sit in a different place at the dinner table, I feel like I'm in a different country. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm looking at the room from the other side. This is fucking mental.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. Will and I used to have we had less so in this house, but in our old house, it was, if we're eating with the kids, we sit here. If we're not eating with the kids, then we sat in a different spot. So normally we kind of divide and conquer with sitting around the children. And then when the kids aren't eating with us, we do tend to sit next to each other. Weird.
I often do find myself now actually having meals at toddler R&R's mini princess table, because that's where she likes to eat. So then I'm sitting on a chair, which is basically on the floor, and trying to eat dinner off a princess table. So there are times, but I've got so used to that now that sometimes I just think I'll just sit there even if I'm eating on my own. It's pretty it's so exciting when you're eating with, and there's a princess on the table. It's just so exciting. Okay, so here's one. Okay, very, very important question, this. Okay, TV, is it bad for children? What do you think?
Is it bad for children?
Yeah.
No.
It's absolutely perfect. They should watch it all day, every day, shouldn't they?
Well, do you know what? Felicity, this is like a few years ago now. She just started school, right? Just started reception. And she was watching a show called, I think, Go Jetters, which is like a show in the UK where they learn about like places around the world, geography, that kind of stuff. Oh, anyway, she goes to me. Yes, it is. All children's TV is educational now. Yeah. That's why it's so good. Anyway, she goes, Mummy, what does illuminate mean? Because they'd use this word illuminate, right? And I was like, oh, it means to kind of like to glow up, to light, that sort of thing. And then later on, she used it in a sentence. She went, oh, Mummy, the light bulb has illuminated the room. I was like,
oh my God.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And apparently she used it in school, and the teacher even asked her, "What do you know what that word means?" And she goes, "It means to glow." The teacher said to us like how incredible her language was.
Does she just go around just using that one word now? Just because it's not such a common word, really, is it? No. But she just goes around telling everyone, "Oh, I just need to illuminate the room."
Illuminate the room. Yeah. So, and honestly, she used the word transform as well. When she was really little, she was like, "Oh, mermaids transform in water," and she talks about the way in which, and this is all from shows that she's been watching. So yeah, I think actually, really educational.
You heard it here first. TV for kids is fantastic.
Big time.
Yeah, so I often find myself actually, so you're watching like Peppa Pig, or the other one which I cannot stand is Coco Melon, where they're just like constantly singing songs, and then so you're kind of watching this rubbish, but I sometimes find then maybe she will get up and go for a walk around the room, and then I'm just there and I'm just so tired, I'm not doing anything. And I'm just thinking, I've been watching fucking Peppa Pig now for 20 minutes by myself.
Yes. Basically, yeah, the backing track to our life is basically YouTube Cocomelon. Kind of. Our son is obsessed with it. Like, he just has his own little device, and he just literally, he's so good. He just scrolls through, picks the right tunes, and then just plays it, and then it's just always on in the background.
That's one I just cannot stand. So I've actually got the lyrics to one of the songs. So we were talking about TV being educational, and I even know the tune. So I've got it here. Carrots. It's time to eat your carrots.
To eat your carrots.
Yes, yes. I want to eat the carrots.
To eat my carrots.
Good. The carrots are good for you. Yay, yay, yay. I love them.
Like
Ooh.
them. Ooh.
Yeah. And you just watch this thing, what the fucking hell is this that I'm watching?
Yeah. They do broccoli as well. Broccoli.
And I was thinking, what about like the kids show where, they kill the dragon and all of this stuff? Now I'm watching, they're singing about how good carrots are.
Yep.
It's absolutely mad. I also find myself quoting these things. For example, on Peppa Pig, they often say delicious. So then I'll be out now. I have some chocolate cake and say, oh, delicious.
Love it.
So yeah. But as we said, TV is good for you.
Very good.
So, what about family days out? Clarification, Charlie. Do you enjoy family days out?
Yeah, do you know what? We did one just 2 days ago, actually. So yeah, we do try to do little bits here and there. So yeah, we did actually do one because it was Easter holidays. So we took the kids out to like a little adventure place.
Right. So when you say that now, I think, oh, that sounds so nice, like, going out as a family. But then the reality of that is sometimes you just think is too much hassle. Like, just to get out of the door, like, people need to get dressed, and then there's some poos going on, some sick going on, then some crying, and you just think, I've lost.
Why?
And then the place we normally go to some kind of farm, and then I'm just like near like some animals and watching toddler R&R touch the animals. And when she touches them as well, because she puts her hand, like, she lets them lick her hand, and then she'll like go to touch me, and I'll say, look, don't fucking touch me.
Get away.
Exactly. So I don't want to touch you now. And then Mrs. R&R will say, like, do you take her to wash her hands? No, she can wash her own hands. I'm not fucking touching her.
No, I know. And it's funny because, like, we've got people that don't have children, like friends that don't have children, and they're like, oh, should we go out for a nice lunch? Should we go out for lunch? No. I don't understand what part of paying probably like 60, 70 quid for 4 of us to go to lunch, for us to then not eat half of it, one of us have a meltdown, and then have to leave. Like, what part of that is fun? Can someone explain to me what's fun about that?
100%. Actually, just before the new baby R&R was born, our friends invited us out for lunch, and we just left toddler R&R at my mum's house, just like, just leave her there, not coming. So no. Exactly, because I agree with you. What's the point of spending money and then having a
not eating the food and having a shit time, having to leave, and no one's enjoyed it, and I've just spent loads of money and I've come away hungry and sad.
Absolutely. Okay, here's one then. So again, very philosophical question this. Do you think that children are different today from our time? Do you think there are differences now with the kids of today?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do think there's differences. Sometimes in the way, I don't know, I just know what I was like as a child. Sometimes some of those, like, even like relationships between like parent child, I think have sort of changed, evolved slightly.
This is
maybe because my parents were older, they were a bit more old school generational style, whereas we're a bit new, like liberal hippie free parents.
Well, I think that's the main reason why I'm an absolutely terrible parent, because discipline is not my forte, let's say. So she'll throw something on the floor and I'll be like, that's probably not a good idea, and then she'll do that again, because I agree. So when I was a child, the thought of doing something wrong and getting caught, Like,
Yeah.
I thought that it's better to die than get caught. I remember actually even playing indoor football, breaking a little ornament that probably cost £2 and trying to put glue on it to get it together and thinking like, oh my God, if they find out I've broken this, I'm going to get murdered. Whilst toddler Arnold would find that hilarious, for example.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, even like clothes, like going out, like I'd have to wear what was put out kind of thing. And like my kids just point blank refuse, or they want to wear like Barnaby the other day went out in like a half princess outfit and a Land Rover fleece. And I was like, oh, do you know what? Like, I'd pick your battles. I can't be bothered. You want to wear that? Fine. You go out and wear that. I don't care. I actually just don't care. Like, that never would have happened when I was younger. It was like, you are wearing this and that is it.
Yeah. I totally agree. When you see some of the pictures when we were kids, you look at them thinking, how did my parents get away with putting me in that? I think in the 90s though there were some really
there were some strong outfits, strong suits,
very, very strong, very unique choices of clothes, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, I've got an absolute cracker of a photo to show you, which is of my brother, actually. And he's in a top and bottom, all-in-one goofy tracksuit. Like, it is the epitome of early 90s. Yeah.
Goofy.
I'll send you a picture of that later. Goofy. I think it's Goofy, yeah.
All in one as well. I had that as well. Like
top and bottoms that match.
Top and bottom. I had my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles top and bottoms. Like I thought as well, I am so cool. I remember thinking, I was only about 5, but thinking, God, the girls must be looking at me thinking, he is something else with his top and bottoms Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gear. I think I even had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like pants on as well. It's just saying like, you want to see these?
There's actually a photo of me and my 2 brothers, and we're each wearing one of the coloured like eye mask things of the turtles as well.
Turtles.
So we were big turtle
again,
fans.
I don't remember the turtles singing about carrots. They were like trying to like save the world. That's what we were watching on
pizza.
TV. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were eating pizza and trying to like.
What was it? Shredder and the big blobby brain thing. Like.
Yeah. And I remember as well from that TV program, the news reporter, I think her name was April. Yeah, I fancied her a lot, thinking she is... it's strange how you can be sexually attracted to a cartoon character when...
It's been known. Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, God. She was something else, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah. Her and April, I think it was just because April was a news reporter, and she always had her zip undone just a little.
She had it all in one suit, didn't she? Jumpsuit.
Oh, wow. So that is it of today's conversation. Remember, if you want to continue listening to us talk about sexy cartoon characters, then stop the podcast and click on the link in the description to this podcast where you can become a member of the R&R family. So a quick look at some of this vocabulary. So we had long time no speak at the beginning. Normally that is long time no see, but you can also change it. Clarification, Charlie used a nice term when she said it's been way too long. I like that way. It's been way too long. I described her as the family correspondent, the person we need to talk about family with. Okay, so just remember you have like the Spanish correspondent of the BBC who tells you about all of the news in Spain, etc., etc. We spoke about the little jiggle when you jump up and down. Clarification, Charlie mentioned that she goes to the loo, to the toilet, some school vocabulary when she spoke about her daughter and said she had just started reception. In the UK, reception is the first year of school. She spoke about her children having a meltdown. Lovely term. When children have a meltdown, they just go completely crazy, and unfortunately it happens quite a lot. And she used some nice vocabulary when she said pick your battles. Like, it's not always a good idea to get into a battle for everything. So if your child wants to wear ridiculous clothes, okay, you wear ridiculous clothes. And she also said in her time when she was a child, it was, you are wearing this and that is it. I love that. That is it. No more to talk about. That is it. She also used some lovely vocabulary when she said it's the epitome of the 90s, just the exact thing you associate it with. We had top and bottoms that match about your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tracksuit. So top and bottoms, we call them. And I also mentioned how I fancied April from the Turtles a lot. Now, all of this vocabulary and more will be in the presentation in the members area. So again, another reason to become a member, where you will receive a video presentation of this vocabulary and much more. So that's it for today. I will talk to you very soon. I am still hard at work on my new online course, Jungle Listening, which will be out hopefully in the next few weeks. This is the project I have given the most work to in my whole life. So believe me, it's going to be big. So I will talk to you about that very soon. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.